Alright, I got here a Toyota Sienna. Customer complaint is, I think they thought it needed an alternator, but they say now it doesn't crank. So, I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing happening at this button, but the screen goes dead. Okay, now it's a dead battery. See, I honked the horn and the lights went off. So, the horn's beeping a tiny drop. So, alright, now we need to boost it. I really hope I wasn't called down to boost the battery, but I don't think so. Okay. Alright, so it's actually a crank no start. Okay, there's the security light. Alright, security light's out. We do have cranking RPM, so I'm going to assume that the crank sensor is good. The car has 131,597 miles. I don't know what year it is yet. It's a 2020. This is the year before the hybrids. Oh, so that's good. That means this one will have fuel pressure. Data pin for the fuel pressure. The tank says it's half full. Now let me just do a scan on this. 24 codes on the OBD and 39 on the ECM. Just start. Ooh, we got coil A, B, C, D, E, F, and injectors. Circuit open. So we got all coils, all circuit injected opens. I gotta get a diagram while this thing's running. Alright, so we got codes for all the coils, the circuit open, and all the injectors. So we might just have a blown fuse. Let me look up a diagram. Let's go to powertrain management, engine controls. Open this up. Let's go to the coils first. Right, here's the coils. They got a power and ground. So the green's the power, and the white and black's the ground. Alright, where does the green get power from? Alright, from the injector fuse, 10 amp. And where's the injector? Where's this other wire go? Is that to the injectors? If it is, then that's where I'm checking first. Yeah, that goes to the injector. So we have one fuse that fuses the injectors and the coils. So let's go check that. It's engine room, left side engine compartment, injector fuse at 10 amp. Let's get my test light. I need to jump back on because it's dead. Alright, so 10 amp injector fuse. Let's connect this to battery. Let's just connect this to battery negative. If we hit a power, it should light up, and it doesn't, so we're not a good connection. Alright, now we're having a good connection. Injector right here, 10 amp. Right here is an injector 10 amp fuse. It is the second one up. It's right over here. Power on this side and no power on that side. Alright, so we got a blown fuse here. I'm first going to replace this fuse, see if the car runs, and then we'll have to figure out white blue. I dropped the fuse. Oh, I see it. There's a hole right here. How convenient. Missing the light. I wonder if this is why our fuse blew. But here's the fuse. Yeah, it's blown. Okay. Let me go get a fuse. Alright, I'm out of the low profile ones, but I'm just going to stick this one in for now. Let me just make sure it didn't pop right away. Alright, so it's not a dead short, it's not a direct short. Let's start it up. There we go. Started installed. Let's start it again. So it's taking a long time to crank. And now it's not cranking at all. So did it blow the fuse again? I think so. Turn the ignition on. Let's see if it blew the fuse. Yes, it did. Fuse is blown. Okay. So something is popping this fuse. Let's go make sure that the only thing on the fuse is the coils and injectors. So we got this injector fuse. From here, I feel like maybe it does the O2s also. Okay, this is going to the injectors, the coils. The blue wire is going to the injectors, and it's the port injectors. It's not the... Alright, the other ones don't have a fuse. The high pressure ones don't have a fuse. Those come straight from, what do you call it, the computer. According to this diagram, I don't see anything else on it. What we're gonna do is we got it to start for a second, so let me just do a visual inspection. Alright, so they're OE coils. Any injector wiring looks bad. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to put an amp clamp around the coil wire, and then we got it to start for a second. That means it did crank. And then I'll put a sync on one of these, put a new fuse in, or put a circuit breaker in, crank it, and then we'll see if I get which cylinder was blowing the fuse. That's what we're going to do. Alright, let's get set up over here. So first we're going to pull the fuse out. Okay, I'm going to put in this adapter. This just makes a loop that I can put an amp clamp around it. Alright, so I got this connected over here. Now in this thing I'm going to put a fuse breaker. Okay, and this connects to here. So now we got a fuse. All right, now let me get a scope set up. Alright, I'm going to put this one on channel A, and channel B, I'm going to put an amp clamp around this thing over here. So that will measure the current, and hopefully we can see which cylinder is the one that has the short on it. Alright, so we're gonna put that over here. Alright, here we're gonna go on coil number 6 right here. So I know green and those are the power and grounds. I'm just gonna ground this over here. And this, I got a back probe. Let me just look up which wire it is. So white and black, 3 is, okay, so it's the purple wire. This guy right here goes straight back to the computer. It's going to be a 5-volt turn on signal to tell this coil to fire, so then we'll be able to sync our scope to see which one's misfiring, hopefully. And let's crank this thing. My booster pack fell off. Well, actually it shut off. I need another booster pack. Alright, I borrowed a booster pack from the shop. Alright, let's crank this thing again. Okay, it didn't start at all. Our fuse blew. Let's see if we got anything here. Stop. Oh, we did. Perfect. So that's the signal. Now, do we have amperage in any of them? So the amperage was high before. So that means the whole time, I thought it was because the car was on, maybe? Hold on. Is there amperage around this thing? Right now the car's off. Fuse is reset. Let me try this one more time. Alright, started. It's running. And it died. Okay, hopefully that'll be enough to tell us what we need. Alright, pause this. Let's go back. So that's the problem. There's like current on this thing the whole time. Higher than 10 amps. So is there a coil that just shorted? Those are the injectors. Like, is that one shorted right there? I can't tell because it's not clear enough. Alright, so let me raise the amperage in this. We'll try it one more time. Alright, it's running. And it died. Let's look at this picture. Pause. You see, right when I start it up, the current shoots up right here. To right when I hit the ignition on, it goes up to already 20 amps. Dead short to something with the ignition on. I'm just trying to see if I can see any of the coils. It's already too high. But like this clearly looks shorted right here. This one. Which one is this? Okay, hold on. Let's see. So here we should have 6 spikes in between it, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do any of these look fully shorted? It's hard to tell, but because the going down is, I'm seeing the injector with it. And this is the first one, so I don't know which one this is. Let's say it's 1 before, no, 1, 2 before it. So this is 6. Alright, let's look firing order. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it was 2 coils before 6, then we're gonna say it's cylinder number 4. So I'm gonna unplug 4. All right, let's see if we have a short. Let me run the scope again. I'm not sure if it was the right one, but listen, it's worth a shot. Okay. All right, we're running. You know, we're not stalling. Yeah, we're good. Cool. I'm gonna lower the time base. And right here, we have a perfect thing. We're running. Now, here goes. Let's plug in cylinder number 4. Yep, we shorted. Channel range went up off the board. We have a shorted coil right here. Now, I actually have an OEM coil in stock. I'm gonna ask the shop if they want me to replace it. Yeah, this coil right here is warm, boiling hot. Let me get a thermal camera just to show you. Here's the coils. And we got this one, that's the bad one. And the other ones are, can't even see. So that coil is clearly shorted. Now the question is there something keeping it on? I doubt it. Let's just try. I have a coil here. That's cool. I've honestly never seen a shorted OEM coil on a Toyota. I've seen the aftermarket ones. So there is some stuff down here. You think it's a bad plug? It's causing it to short? I don't know. Pop the coil in. This is Toyota. All right, let's plug this in just to make sure it doesn't get hot right away. Let's start the scope again. It's running actually. So let's run the car. Wait, I probably didn't push the fuse. Yeah, I didn't push the fuse. All right, just pushed it now. All right, we're running. Let's go look at the diagram. Let's go look at the waveform. And we got a perfect waveform right here. See that? That's pretty cool how the scope picked it up. That coil, shorted. All right, shop said they want my coil. So let me just clear all these codes. Well, the OBD ones are not going to go fully away because they're permanent. They go away by themselves eventually. But everything else, let's just start it. Starts, it runs. So these are going to be permanent. Ignition coil, primary, A, B, C, D. Put the screw back in. I should probably check the plug, right? Just to make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna check the plug. All right, I'm gonna pop this one out. I just want to see how it looks. It's OEM, it's Denso. Nothing looks wrong with it. I don't see any cracks. I don't know if they want, they could sell plugs. I don't know, but for me, this is good enough. The actual coil was shorted. Did not expect this. The minute I saw the blown fuse, I almost stopped recording, thinking that I can't have too many just blown fuse videos. But once it blew again, I was like, all right, maybe we'll have something. Hanging that up. Where's the new coil? What do I do with it? Right here. I don't need that anymore. Okay, that's good. Let's just make sure the codes stayed off. I'll input a real fuse back in. Let me get a 10. All right, fuse goes over here. Okay, let's put the cover back on. Let's just boost it, make sure it's charging, because officially they thought it was an alternator, but I don't think so. They were probably just listening to the customer's description. They probably stalled while they were driving. Okay, it's running now. Let's see. Let's do a new code scan, just make sure no codes came back. All right, even the permanent code's cleared. Perfect. So that's it. It was just a shorted coil, and it was OEM. It wasn't even aftermarket. All right, thanks for watching.